right before stream, Doug was enjoying a lovely bone and decided that he was gonna come and sit up on the couch with me like a good boy. Yeah. So we're just gonna hang out with him for a little bit. We are getting back into Dredge. I have some decaf coffee to fuel me. And this time we're gonna be doing the DLC. Really, I got one thing. I got the oceanic rod that we get a little bit early by doing this. I really do want to get through this pretty early because it makes grinding for money toward the late game so much simpler. So, when we last left off, we had a whole bunch of fish. And I believe we were just letting our crab pies sit out there, yeah. So let's peel our way around these fish. Oh my god, you're so big. Now, we have not met this person yet. We kind of got the quest to find them, but we just haven't done that yet. Hello, I don't think we've met. A fisherman, I presume? Please try to keep your engine noise to a minimum. It tends to frighten the wildlife. There's a narwhal somewhere in this ice field. I couldn't get any further in, so I've been trying to take a picture from here with no luck. I've tried placing some scraps of fish on that ice sheet over there to entice it, but I didn't have enough to hold its attention for long enough. I only caught a glimpse. I don't suppose you have any fish you've prepared to donate in the pursuit of wildlife photography? Why? If it's for the arts, of course. Oh, we had exactly enough. Love that for us. That's perfect. Now, cut your engines. We need to wait in complete silence. Shh. I think I hear something under the ice. What on earth was that thing? I'm not sticking around to find out. That is the general hazard for us being in here. Every so often, if we're in this area, we will be drawing the attention and ire of the narwhal. And if we do not put some ice or put some fish down at one of the places for the narwhal to eat, we will get God. Hi, Kyle Whitman. I hate being here, but the rewards are so good, and it's very good DLC. A cold wind whistles through the doorway of the only cabin still standing. Behind it, a frozen over dig site is littered with tools and debris. Cool. What's in that cabin? You enter the small cabin, the door long since fallen from its hinges. A rotting table sits inside. A crudely drawn map of the area has been charted onto a scrap of paper. You attach it to your own map. A large book sits on the table. It's well worn from the passage of time, but you can still read the words Captain's Logs etched into the cover. You open the book, its frozen spine cracking for the first time in decades. Arrived at the floating sea ice, amidst a particularly thick fog. A few channels could be seen leading into the ice, though sizable chunks float in our way, posing a hazard. I have ordered us to moor against the outer ice wall, while the engineers make adjustments to better prepare the vessel. The vessel was pursued by a particularly aggressive narwhal. I know the feeling. Some men placed fish on the ice nearby in an effort to distract it. It appeared to work, though only for a time. It resurfaced and needed satiating repeatedly. If we can't find a more permanent solution to the beast, we'll have to make sure we keep enough fish on hand to placate it. As I lay falling asleep, the almost almighty voice spoke unto me. It resounded from the thick ice below, at once powerful and ethereal. There was no mistaking this as a trick of the wind, nor a jest by the crew. It did not pause for a response or acknowledgement, but whispered a cryptic prophecy. At first I could not make sense of it. 3 listeners shall hear the heart, and that I should indulge these listeners. It spoke of boundless wealth from the stars, and of eyes opening onto the world. The rest of my sleep was feverish, and my mind was plagued with the sound of the voice. It spun in my head, echoing ever louder. In the morning, the boatswain and the bosun and the navigator came to me separately, claiming to have heard a sound like a heartbeat as the men were digging yesterday. They indicated a desire to explore the eastern and western reaches of the ice field. I shall indulge them. Oh! Hi! Hi, Finn. Light pierces through the ice, intensifying and concentrating into a glow in the center. A dark form takes shape against the light. Let's, stick our head against it? A distorted voice echoes from within. Don't disturb the ice. Who are you? Captain. The expedition chart the ice field appeared suddenly through the ice. What happened here? It whispered, promised, stones from the stars. It knew 3 would hear the heart beneath the ice. The voice grows louder. It commanded 3 listeners, 3 sacrifices for 3 eyes. I obeyed, but a 4th now sees, forever futile. The shadow is silent for a time, slumbering still. Should leave. It sees you before it whispers. Do not risk breaking. It senses through the ice, through the shadows. No hope. Alrighty then. Let's sleep for a little bit. Now again, as long as we're here, we can and will draw the attention of a narwhal. So we need to go find a place to put the fishies quickly. Also, I should have my trawl net out. I don't have a trawl net. Shit. Okay, I don't have enough to get him to attack it. Damn it. Okay. We're good, we're good. We're fine. Absolutely fine. That's a fractal ice fish. Crystals of ice pierce through its body, distorting scales, teeth, and fins. I love it. Do we? Okay, I think we got just enough. Yep. There's our narwhal. That should keep it satisfied, at least for a little while. Yeah. It also gave me paws. I think it's gonna eat me. That's a thawed ice fish. That's not great. Globs of flesh drip from this fish, its departure from the icy waters causing an instant irreversible reaction. Oh no, and it's getting dark. Hello. I'm not gonna have room for this. Oh, that's a big ass hand. That's exactly what that is. That's a big ass hand. Hi, Dom. You dock against a small platform of ice formed around a gigantic clawed hand. You are not the first to find this place. Remnants of a long abandoned camp litter the ice. Well, first off, I'm gonna get some fucking sleep. There are very few pieces that still remain, however, whoever made camp here was poorly prepared. Inside a small bag, you find a leather-bound journal. The men spent the whole day digging. They passed up chunks of ice, some as brilliant as crystal, others of a deepest blue more beautiful than sapphires. but none held the glow we'd seen in the night. However, I did note a disturbance in the ice to the west. It began as a periodic distant rumble. As the men dug deeper, the pulsing quickened, strengthening until I could see the ice shifting on the surface. I shall have to inform the captain. It may well be that the narwhal creature we saw earlier. Though this did seem much larger. As I write this, I can already feel my eyes closing. It will have to wait until the morning. This morning, the captain appeared out of the fog, rowing alone. Apparently, the bosun remains at a camp in the east, waiting for nightfall. They were unsuccessful in their search, but it does make sense that the lights would be more visible at night. Tomorrow, we are to journey together to the west, toward the shifting ice that I reported. We are alone on a small island of ice. After hours of rowing through narrow channels, it rose through the fog, a gargantuan, monstrous claw reaching from the deep. Whatever creature it once belonged to must be long dead, as the claw is frozen solid. I wanted to turn back immediately, but the captain insisted we investigate. He's on edge, his head turning this way and that, listening for the slightest sound. He's convinced something will happen after dark. As the last light from the cold sun fades, I had the sense that it will be a long night. Cool. You know, we're dredging up some shit. We really are, Dom. A voice calls out, distant and distorted. Trapped forever. This prison. Get me out. Break it. Somehow. Free me. Who are you? The navigator. Find safe passage. Chart the ice. It came from beyond. Break it. Somehow. Free me. What happened? The digging. The cracked ice. Like a web. Awoke. The ice heart. I told him. Whispers in the west. Took the bosun. East. Returned alone. The dark figure shuddered, sending vibrations through the ice. The next day, rode here, the captain. Saw the claws. Gripped my soul. He insisted. Made camp. Shadow of the beast. Waiting for the stars. In the night, I saw his shape. Suddenly swallowed by the cold. In the dark, he left me. Break it. Somehow. Free me. Cool. Okay. So I have two very big things on my boat. I should get them the hell out of here before I get eaten by a narwhal. Basically, right now, what I have to do is I need to put together an icebreaker for my ship. Then come back and find some things in the area that's blocked off by specifically ice that needs to be broken. I sure hope a narwhal doesn't comfort my botussie. And then, whenever we come back to this place, we can check on our crab pots. Because this is actually Deadliest Catch. Alright, we have this part. And we have this part. need to... Yeah, I need to actually pick this up. This is fine. Fallen stars. An assembly of asteroids conjoined in the dark. Finger-like roots stretched down through the substrate. So, to catch y'all up, what had happened was, there is something causing some of the fish to take on aberrant forms. Some of the people around here in this little area are very interested in that for reasons. Some of them are a little concerned about that for reasons. That's really it. That's what you missed on Glee. Okay, so it's about to be night. That means my panic is gonna go up really, really quickly. Can we make a break for it? Can we get... Nope, cause there the fuck he is. No, don't come for my botussie. I already broke my boat. That is a narwhal. Shit. Okay. That was not the way. I should not be doing this. Do we have enough? I think we have just enough. Okay, we have one extra. Great, because I actually do need 1 falling stars. There's the narwhal. No the fuck you don't. That's a wolffish. Awoo. That's a hinged wolffish. Teeth interlock through flesh to create a brutish trap. Countless yet will meet their doom in the deep. That's another big ass hand. Okay, that is the last bit that we needed for the icebreaker. Where's the unhinged wolffish? That is my persona. Another makeshift camp constructed in the shadow of a frozen clawed hand. Someone was seeking these out. You rummage through a small pile of equipment in the snow. Most items are stuck fast in the ice, but inside a small backpack, you find an old journal. Captain ordered us to make camp on the ice in the center of the lagoon. After we saw those lights in the ice, everyone's got treasure on their minds. Treasure hunting isn't exactly what the expedition was commissioned for, but given the captain gets the lion's share of whatever we find, it doesn't surprise me that he's willing to bend the rules a bit. We'll start digging after the camp's done. Spent the day digging down in the ice. Shovels and ice picks. Can't remember the last time I was this tired. We were only allowed 2 short breaks all day. Down in the pit, I rested with my back against the ice. As I rested with my back against the ice, I started hearing something. It was different to the sounds of the picks. They were short and sharp. This was low, a rumble from deeper down. On my first break, it was occasional, only a few each minute. But my second break, it had quickened, like a heartbeat. The captain overheard me telling some others about the sound I heard in the pit. Before I knew it, I was in front of his desk. Sure, I was about to have my pay docked. To my great surprise, he seemed to know something of it already. He was keen on hearing it described over and over. He wants me to help to locate the source of it. When he pressed me on it further, I said that it did seem to be coming from the east. Tomorrow we're setting off to see if we can find it. Perhaps I shall get a bonus when this is done. Do I want to know? An anguished voice cries from deep within the ice. Help me. Frozen so many years. Free me. Please. Break the ice. Alright. I'll hear your story later. Right now, I need to sleep, get this panic to reset. And fix my camera. And get this icebreaker part back so that I can actually move. No sign of the normal, I hope. Shit. Alright, let me go fix my boat. I lost my mutant starfish. I cry. I'm gonna sell these fish. Because I don't think I need them. Go to the ice work site. That's everything. Let me just warm my hands up a little, then I'll get started. Alright, I think that should do it. The front of your ship can now break through chunks of ice. Go ahead and test it out. I'll be watching from here. Alright. Before we do that, I do want to... Damn it. I do not have enough for a trawl net. I've been looking through the schematics we found before, and there are plans here for another device too. They're for an ice shaper. That's different to your ice breaker, by the way. It's for cutting chunks of ice. If you find the missing device, I'll be able to use the machine to harvest ice blocks for refrigeration. So yeah, we'll be able to use that to keep fish for longer before they rot. A king's wreath. A clockwork crown of claws. A cycle of succession in the deep. Why can't you just be normal? The fuck? I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna need it to not. Okay, so now I can get a troll net. No, not that one. This one. And what this will do is, while we're just going around and catching fish, it will just have fish caught for us. So that means I can use less of my storage space to specifically use for catching fish for keeping the narwhal away. Shit! Haha. Coming directly here was apparently enough to fool you. Huh. There's a lot of fish. Oh, is there a third place in the north that I need to go through? Oh, I can just break through it. Well, I think I'll come back to this later because I want to just go back to the east and west. The panic is setting in. An ice axe. I'm sure we'll use this for something great. This cold sun, warmth long forgot, no more. Break me. Alright. You strike hard against the center of the shard where the shadowy shape appears darkest. A deep crack chases upwards, cleaving away fragments that fall and shatter. The structure peels open, split to its core. A glistening stone lights cradled by broken shapes, wispy threads of starlight trailing from it. You take the stone and leave. Alrighty then. Where are you? You are a giant enemy crab. That's a goblin shark. Also, same. Okay, so I think I took a wrong turn and went outside of the... Yeah. Yeah, I went outside of the place. It's pointing me that way. That, jump scare is one of the mutations that we need. For a side quest. Oh Lord, he coming. May my humble offering get you off of my botussi. And I should come here to the east. That is a crater seer. Oh, I should read the description. A bright eye spins inside an impacted socket. An answer from above. The answer to a question I never asked. Oh, my troll net broke. Damn it. He's just a fucked up little guy. Hi, Doug. Hi. Oh, sweet boy. Yeah. Hi, Doug. Look at him being so sweet. Okay. The axes should be in the same general area as the ice shards. I'm not sure what's up with this one. Oh, that's what's up with this one. That's a place we'll need to know about later. Before I break you, who are you? I am, the bosun, the expedition, the terror. Please, break the ice. What happened? The figure contorts through painful shapes. We saw lights, dancing in ice, dug deep. Didn't know. I heard it. The heart beating, under ice, the cracking, waking, the noises. In the east, I went. The captain brought him here to find it. The hand in the night, shadow of claws. The darkness shrinks. I turned away. Just a moment. The pain, the claws, my back. So cold, so dark. Under ice. Please. Break the ice. Silence it. You must shatter. You strike hard against the center of the shard where the shadowy shape appears darkest. A deep crack chases upward, cleaving away fragments that fall and shatter. The structure peels open, split to its core. A glistening stone lights cradled by broken shapes, wispy threads of starlight trailing from it. You take the stone and leave. Neat. And just so that we're not carrying around frozen hearts that we will lose if we get attacked, let's just drop them off. Night's about to fall. Okay, I still do need to go south at some point, but I also should be able to find an axe in the central area. I would like to do that before I go much further. I should also head back to number 1, check on my crab pots, and number 2, okay, never mind, we found the axe. Fix my trawl net so that we can keep getting fish for free. You return to the shard of ice, a dark form still shimmering deep within. The bosun gone. Fearful boy, the skies, we remain, the consequences inherited. Do not risk breaking. It senses through the ice, through the shadows. No hope. Dude, 2 other people told me to release them. I feel like that's the thing to do here. You strike hard against the center of the shard where the shadowy shape appears darkest. A deep crack chases upwards, cleaving away fragments that fall and shatter. The structure peels open, split to its core. The glistening stone lays cradled by broken shapes, wispy threads of starlight trailing from it. You take the stone and leave. After we sleep a little bit. Just a quick little nappy. no, not right in my passage. Okay, now I should have room to pick these up, I hope. Nope. Void crab. Damn it. Alright, sell the last of the fish. Fix all my shit. Deploy the crabs. And now we need to go south. We will probably need to catch some fish so that we can feed this boy. An astral ice fish. Constellations of light dance through its body, stitching fin to flesh and spine to bone. Hi, Doug. No, no, sir. I am coming here specifically to feed you. You can back the fuck off. Keep going south. A lizard fish? Oh, these are the crystals that they saw. Oh, that's a big boy. So yeah, That's a big, that's a big narwhal. A spire of glassy ice stands in the shadow of the cliffs. Across the water, a monstrous visage peers from an icy tomb. A sound of anger lashes from within the ice. Murderer, betray your men. Left us here. Your sleepless god. The voice abates. Wait, your shadow. It speaks. Another shape. Please, save us all. Find the axe. Undo this. The betrayer. Who are you? First officer. Safety of the crew. Failed them. Should have. Cursed place. Find the axe. What happened? The men saw lights. Southern cliffs. At night. Captain and I would look into. We rode alone. He was restless, sleepless. We passed walls of ice. Finally arrived. The Great Horn into view. The words drift in and some carried away on the wind. Pulled ashore. Quickly. The size of it, the light. Somehow he knew. Eyes were wild. He was whispering, answering. He said, it chose him alone. Avert my eyes. Could not help look upon. We fought. Cold hands. An iron grip. Breathless. What is that? The shape in the ice shrinks into itself. I know not. The eyes open, watching. Shadow of shadow. Through the ice, yet more. Close still. It cannot arise. Break the ice. Call the heart. Must not fully awaken. The eyes. Close them. Strike the heart. You strike hard against the center of the shard where the shadowy shape appears darkest. Yeah, so that was a big narwhal. And apparently, it was calling the men to them, to it, so that it can be awoken and freed from the ice. But freeing the men from the ice kept it from being freed.
You have your bed right here, buddy. Come lie down.
Nah, he's gonna go lay down in his bed in the office. He's a good boy. But now we get a thing. And this is the thing that I really wanted to do the DLC for. It's an Aurus Anchor. A fragment of a golden splintered horn. Discordant buzzing fears the surrounding air. It yearns for the deep. Cast this overboard to create a reusable two-way portal to Blackstone Isle. That's neat. Also, hello. Oh, that's the goblin shark. That's a sleeper shark. And I think that's a rare, unique specimen. So we're just gonna grab that and make our way back around the ice. Just on the outside this time. Ooh, it's getting night. It's getting spooky. Here we go. Alright, we got 2 more pieces of this frozen heart. The glowing light intensifies, feeding into the 4 stones. A web of light grows between them, connecting, rejoining, uniting. We get the radiant trawl net. Strands blend through hues of the aurora, a gleaming trap of light in the dark. Menacing spikes of ice adorn a basalt frame. And we'll just put that in there. And now we have an even better trawl net. We can remove this marker. Now we need to go north out of here. And just keep going north. Don't be fuckwittable. Do not be fuckwittable. No, no, do not fuckwit. I must be unfuckwittable. A colossal squid? Alright then. We're gonna sleep a little bit more. Oh, I didn't mean to actually take that. Actually, I'm gonna leave one here. Damn it, I can't. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to throw the anchor over here. That way, we always have a way to get to one of these pontoons really quickly. because we have another spell that will always take us to Blackstone Isle. But now, because we had that anchor, we have a two-way portal from Blackstone Isle to wherever we cast the anchor. And if that anchor is over here, it's right next to a pontoon, which means we can always come back and sell fish really quickly. And we can also manage our ship really quickly. What do I need right now? I need the other one. No, I need the fallen stars. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna do this side quest. There's certain side quests that will let you feed people certain fish. I think the reward is just a book. A feral lizardfish, same. Oh, I need it. I should not. I should not be going this way at night. So, yeah, these mutant fish, that's like that's a thing. That's a thing and a half. What the fuck is up with that? Oh, this is the one that needs sharks. Okay, so we'll need to catch a few different species of shark for that one. Oh, that's a whole ass village. Dog. There's a skinny brown dog leaping around in the shallows. Occasionally, it lunges at the water, snapping at some small silvery fish. Its technique is ineffective. Disembark. You jump off the boat into thigh-high water. The dog stops chasing fish and focuses on you. More slowly approach. You wade toward the shore. As you get near, the dog backs up a little ways. It sits. Throw some fish. You throw some scraps toward the dog, which land in the sand. The dog eats them, along with a mouthful of sand. Call for him. You make soft, encouraging noises, and the dog cautiously approaches. It stops just out of reach. Hold out some fish. You hold out some fish scraps in the palm of your hand. The dog approaches slowly, but soon begins licking at them. Pat the dog. You reach out and gently pat the dog. Its eyes follow your hand and seems to understand you're not a threat. Pat. You pat the dog again. It seems to be enjoying it. Leave. You make your way toward the boat. As you're wading out, you hear the sloshing of forelegs cutting through the water. You stop and turn around. The dog is standing a few spaces behind you. It tilts its head questioningly. Let it follow you. You continue, this time with the dog alongside. Its tail is wagging so hard it beats the water into a froth behind it. When you get to the boat, you turn around to pull the dog on board. A stray dog. It's curled up, asleep, opening an eye occasionally to watch you move around the boat. I'm so curled up and so sleepy. You lift the dog onto the deck. It walks around briefly before curling into a ball and looking up at you. Maybe you can find this dog a more permanent home. Now let's make sure to not wreck into anything, because nothing bad can ever happen to this dog ever. Shit. A firefly squid. Okay, so this whole reef is definitely definitely a thing. 14th September 1927. He still okay, so 9th September 1st. He still refuses to take me aboard when he is working. He is convinced that I will find it dull or that the crew will be crass or otherwise intolerable. Perhaps I'm being overly needy. I know he needs time alone, but I'm so desperately bored at home when he is away. He recently installed some salvaging equipment onto the boat. I think the idea of pulling up treasures is terribly exciting. I must convince him to let me have a go. 14th September. I have not written in a few days. I have been afflicted with some strange chill which conspires to fog my brain. I cannot seem to keep warm no matter what I do. The ink is run from some lines here, and they are illegible. While most of what they hauled up was junk, they eventually came up with a large wooden casket. A hush came over the crew at such tantalizing discovery. I remember the next moments with excruciating clarity. He pried it open easily. The buckling boards cracked and groaned with relief as they splintered apart. Crimson cloth spilled out onto the deck. The crashing waves rose to fill my ears. I hear them still. He stared down into the open casket, then turned to me. In his eyes, I saw the void. The page has been torn off here. That's nice. So yeah, lots of bioluminescent creatures over here. The red man-o-war jellyfish will absolutely fuck you. Okay. So a few months before that, we are engaged to be married. He sailed us out to the very center of Stellar Basin to see the lights. Stellar Basin is where we're at. We talked for hours, something we have not done in such a long time, waiting and hoping. Sometime past midnight, as we were growing delirious and hysterical from the lack of sleep, the aurora shimmered into the skies above. When I turned to see his reaction, he was already down on one knee. I cannot even remember what he said or what I said, but I know that I said yes. The ring is beautiful, with a span of jewels going right the way around. I cannot take my eyes off of it. P.S. I was not sure whether to write this under yesterday's date or today's, given that it occurred at the conjunction of days, but I feel that the news is significant enough to warrant spanning multiple entries. That's nice. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting visitors. Who are you? I'm a fisherman. Ah, yes, I thought you had the look, but a fisherman all the way out here? Strange. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all the same. I've not seen another soul in months. In fact, I could do with your help if you had the time. Sure, what do you need help with? I need help collecting samples to study. I was originally posted at the research outpost on the interior of the basin, but it was attacked. A large creature emerged from the depths and destroyed the outpost. Now it rests in the center of the basin. I fled here and have been making do as best I could, but I had to leave most of my equipment behind, so my research has come to a halt. Take a look at the list of specimens I need. Please drop them off here. You might want to experiment with different fishing strategies to collect all of them. Well, actually, because of our lovely little trawl net, we caught a few of these already. All we need is a glowing octopus, which is one of the easier fish to catch. Is there anything else? Give this dog a home. A dog? Oh gosh, let me see. The dog bounds over to the researcher. She crouches down to pet the dog, grinning. The dog licks her chin in response. I could definitely take this one off your hands, and I'd love the company. Are you sure? Yes. We get attacked way too much. Yes, thank you. Oh, we're gonna be such good friends. He can be my assistant. Suddenly, the dog stands upright and begins to retch, its stomach heaving. Seconds later, it vomits a wet glob onto the floor. Something glistens through the mucus. Oh, that's interesting. I suppose that's yours if you want it. Okay. I can clean the rest up, don't worry about it. Yay! Okay, now, unfortunately, glowing octopus can only be caught at night. So, we will need to wait until night. That gives us just enough time to sort of look around and find where the where the pontoon is. I think it should be right over here. Yeah, there it is. Repair that. What rods do I have in storage? Nothing useful. Okay, so the reason that we're here, as with our trips to most of the areas, is that we're trying to collect the relics for the collector. And doing that will, you know, reward us with some money and some spells, some Eldritch power. That's fun. That's a consumed grouper. Once dazzling skin, now bleached and eroded. It barely resists, relieved at a final end. Okay. That's cool. You remember how, old girl said she was at the research outpost but it was attacked by a creature that's now in the middle of the basin? This is that creature. And boy, will that thing come for our Botussi. Okay, now I need glowing octopus. Here's some glowing octopus. Simple as that. An anchovy king. Oh no. Oh, first off, Parhelion jellyfish. 2 spires of light shine from within its hood. Stinging spiked tentacles trail below. And the anchovy king. And in their numbers, they will rise. Thank you. Looks like you caught all the surface specimens I need. But, yes, I also do need some from deeper down. But that's going to be a problem. Why is that a problem? I developed a device to retrieve samples from the abyssal zone. This was over in the other research outpost before the attack. I have an idea of how to keep the creature at bay long enough to collect those samples, but while I work on that, I need you to retrieve some prototype parts. Carefully. I suggest you go during the day. I wouldn't want to be out on the reef at night. Right. Why don't you tell me about yourself? Oh, okay. I don't think there's much to say. I studied biological sciences at Ironhaven College. It was a struggle. There were no other female students in the department that year, or the year before, or the year before that. It's hard not to feel like an outsider in an environment like that, you know? You probably don't. When I graduated, I managed to land a job at the Northern Biological Research Society. And then, well, I was posted here. By myself. What sort of creature exactly attacked you? Well, I got the sense that it was attacking the research outpost itself rather than me specifically. I suspect it was disturbed by some of my monitoring equipment. There were dozens of machines running there, all powered by a noisy generator. It was huge, larger than any other marine species I've studied. It attacked with tentacles, so I'd guess some sort of octopus or squid, or an anemone. One of my research vessels was moored around the back of the station, so I managed to slip away in that while it was tearing apart the front. There was a lot of valuable data and equipment left there, but I'm not going back. I won't face it again. Have you noticed anything else unusual since you arrived? Now that you mention it, I've been so preoccupied with the attack and having to rebuild here I'd almost forgotten. I found these letters from my sister. She'd sent them to me while I was studying before she... The researcher is quiet for a moment and stares off to the side. Anyway, I kept finding them amongst my papers. I don't remember packing them, but I must have. I started finding them more frequently. They turned up in my collection nets, in my sampling tubes. They were letters I'd never seen before, but they were in her writing. They were in her name. They were saying things, talking about things that happened after she died. I can't explain it. I'll be going now. That's weird. Getting letters that you're not really remembering, from someone close to you that's passed. Huh. Anyway, let's go to that research outpost. Oh, to consume the anchovy king. Laboratory is in ruins with equipment and research papers strewn about the place. Let's open the cupboards. There's a research part. No, that's not where I want that. You empty the cupboards. Inspect the equipment on the table. After some searching, you find some prototype parts that the researcher needs to assemble the sampling device. Let's look around on the floor. You look around the floor. There are cracks in the base of the structure that grow to large gashes as you follow them along the walls. Something extremely large and powerful created these holes. You slowly reach your arm into one and find a research part. Neat. So we have those now. That is a rare fish that we need. But we don't have the equipment to catch it yet. I have the prototype parts. Excellent, let me assemble a device for you. This should allow you to catch specimens from much greater depths. It's a little slow, but you may be able to make some improvements. So this... Now, I've developed a repulsion machine that produces a bright light and emits a high-pitched noise. It should deter the creature from attacking, or enrage it, I'm not sure. Connected to the research outpost generator. You'll have to return and re-engage it every few hours, but other than that, it's completely automated. Great. Now take a look at the list of specimens. Remember, you'll want to install and activate the machine before attempting to collect these. You might also need to improve that equipment I gave you to catch some of these. Alright, so... by improving it, we're going to be doing things like... We're going to be getting things like these bottomless lines. That we will need to go and buy. Which means heading back toward the pontoon. I need to do some more dredging so that I can get more upgrades. Did I just... Okay. Okay, cool, I still have it. I'm gonna sell this. Can't sell that. No, put it back. Alright, I'm going to put the bottomless lines there. And then I'm also going to put the sign of ruin back on so that we have a little bit better chance of getting aberrations. Unfortunately, that means I cannot trawl right now. generator. Put the repulsor on. Take the free research part. Love that for us. And now, the big boy should not be here. Alright, this is a gulper eel. This is one of the rare specimens that the trader is looking for. This is a snailfish. That is one of the specimens that the researcher is looking for. This is a giant amphipod. It's another specimen. And this is a golden band large enough to fit around a child's waist, all manner of gemstones affixed to it, seemingly at random. This jewel-encrusted band is one of the relics that we were supposed to get for the collector. Which is the whole reason that we need to do all this. This is an anglerfish. I think we just need the fish with the red eyes, which I believe there are some over toward the research outpost. Yeah. A loose jaw. Love it. I have good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? The good news. The good news is that I've honed in on what's causing the abnormalities in the ecosystem, meaning the mutations in the fish. The bad news is that the samples you retrieve from the basin have dangerously high counts of cellular mutations. This all points to one thing. That thing in the basin is harmful to life at a cellular level. It damages everything around it, whether passively or with intent. I need to write up a report on my findings. Sorry, our findings. Immediately. Maybe now they'll take me seriously. Oh, how rude of me. You've done all this for me and I've not got much to say thank you with. You should have this. And read a book. It's something I wrote during my studies. I think it'll be useful. Thanks again for your help. I'd recommend that you avoid the area. It doesn't seem safe to be near the basin. Alright, so, that third area down. You walk in and place the jewel-encrusted ring on a table by the collector. His eyes widen. We're certainly making excellent progress now. And I know what you're thinking. An item like this would fetch a fortune at any auction, but for us, its value transcends material wealth. Regardless, you are due a reward. He opens the crimson book, its spine cracking audibly. Selecting a page carefully, he begins to read aloud. The words sound muffled, as though he's speaking through a thick haze. You hear a growling, crackling in your ears. Suddenly, your vision flares and both your ears pop. He closes the book. We must keep searching. I've been thinking more on where we might find another. I can imagine all manner to try to swallowed by this silty muck of twisted strands channels. It's worth investigating. I'll mark a location on your map where you can begin your search. Anything else? What's this banish spell? The banishing words will provide you a temporary protection from most things. If spoken swiftly enough, they can be used defensively. Choose your moment carefully. The more they are spoken, the more they are understood. So now, if a booger is chasing us, we can say, "Nuh-uh, not today, Satan." Alright, I do think I need to go after some sharks. And because we found that rare fish, the gulper eel, we get some research parts. Damn it. Oh boy, we are panicking. Oh no, we did put the troll on. Yeah. That eyeball was going wild. Alright, shark, 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 shark. Where is shark? Where is my shark coochie? There it is. That's a blood-skinned shark. Tendons and sinews stretch over the fins of this bloodied predator. Powerful jaws are clad in exposed muscle. Oof. That is a big octopus and a whale. Okay. The sharks have to be positioned like... Okay, no. I have to have one of each kind of shark. That's the puzzle. So I don't remember where the other kind of shark is. So instead I'm just gonna start making my way. I got rid of the fucking bomb, didn't I? Is that a shark? Yeah, that's the same kind of shark that I have. Alright, we're going over here. Whale. Alright, I'll fuck this one up. So over here in Twisted Strand, it is basically a shallow swamp kind of thing. The environment's called mangrove. So for this, I will need a new kind of line. So there we can deal with mangrove, coastal, and shallow all at once. And I'll put a little bit more speed on my boat, and we should... Well, I don't think I have the other kind of line researched. I really need another trawl net in order to really make use out of this area. But for right now, I guess this works. Yeah, this place is not safe. There are boogers. A large man is watching you through the billowing smoke of a campfire, idly carving away at a wooden stake. He stands as you pull ashore. Stranger, from that look on your face, I'd say you've encountered the local wretches. Take a seat. You join them by the fire. I've been trying to rid them from this accursed jungle ever since we wrecked here. The boys called them mind suckers on account of them, well, affecting the mind. They made us see things, do things. I'd ask you for safe passage away from here, but not until after I've avenged my squadron. What happened to them? A number of us went down the fog, crashing into trees or ditching into the water. Those that survived rallied here under the boughs of this giant tree. But it offered us scant protection. Before help could arrive, our numbers quickly dwindled, picked off by fiends in the forest. I've met a few would-be rescuers over the years, but none would help me in my fight. Are you any different to the rest? Sure, I can help. I figured you'd be up for it, you. You have the look. Listen up. First, we need to find the lost pieces of my squadron's mortar. Then we'll use that to bombard the beasts. Other planes went down to the north and east of where we are now. I marked the possible crash sites on your map. You go see what you can salvage. Tell me about these mind suckers. Devilish creatures through and through. They'll stalk you along the waterways and emerge suddenly, screeching their terrible song. The first time it happened to me, I saw the shadows of my squad mates reaching out to me in a feverish dream. When I finally snapped out of it, I was covered in blood and scratches. They must have sent me running through the foliage. Since then, I've done my best to avoid the fiends. Their senses seem to be based on movement, so move carefully. Alright. Just going through the swamp. I need bombs. Head back to the pontoon and get some fucking bombs. Okay, so that upgrade gave us a few extra spaces for fishing poles specifically. So I went ahead and put the sign of ruin back on so that we can fill up a few more I didn't get bombs, fuck. I'm being a silly. And I bought everything I needed except the bombs. Whoops. Alright, let's get some fish. That's a giant mud crab. That's a gar. That's a grinning gar. Muscular gums grow and force crackling teeth against each other. Softer flesh tears from the strain. Ooh. One of my earliest memories is going with my dad and my brother fishing in the swamp and catching garfish. And it was one of the few times I caught a bigger fish than my brother. I was 4. An entwined mullet. Twisting, twitching tendrils sprout from the gill plates of this little fish. They heave in unison, moving the fish against its will. Right, I now have an explosive. We successfully got... That's what my hair be looking like. We successfully got something. That's a booger. It feels like years since I've been warm. I do not expect him to write. I just need to know that he thinks of me from time to time. He must return. I've written him another letter. This will be the last one. Oh, is this just for metal? I don't need that metal. Sergeant fish. Shit. A blistered tarpon. Scales given way to bubbling flesh. A surface dweller signaled out and cleansed by the sun. A horseshoe crib. Nope. I can't go that way. Alright, thank you. A tattered receipt. A catfish. No. No. Not the birds. I banish you. I banish you, birds. So yeah, the biggest challenge here is the fact that this place is naturally a maze. But while the mine suckers are still active, they will cause paths to become blocked off randomly. Well, I might regret that. I don't think I can Tetris my way out of this. Oh no. The eyes. The eyes be doing stuff. Alright, so how do we get them in? Okay. Okay. Catfish and something else. And these are 2 eel, and I can get that right here. But first, I need to go back to the pontoon. Actually, I have a shit ton of fish in my net. Let's see if any of these are what he needs. Gray mullet looks like that's correct. Can't tell if that's right. All right, back to the pontoon. Meyer Screecher. A lashing yellow tongue whips around a mouth of flattened teeth. Two human-like eyeballs burst between dripping claws. That's lovely. It's a clawfin gar. Crooked talons hang from its fins. Periodically, they shudder and come together, grasping like a hand. So is that all we need for the first one? That should do it. Alright, so that's one thing of bait. I need a catfish. And then for the last one, I need 2 fish. Oh, we got a receipt, didn't we? Tatter receipt, Goldsmith and Son, number 27, Little Marrow, December 22nd, 1926, which is a long time before all this. Received the sum of $50 in exchange for 1 silver necklace with emeralds on silver mounting. Additional notes. Received a further $3 for custom engraving on reverse of mounting. Customer shall return tomorrow, 23rd December, for collection. Engraving is to be as follows. For J, my shining star. And I want to look at my net. Neither of these are what we need. I need a catfish. That's booger. That's a booger. Run away from booger. That's gar. We don't need gar. shit. A nightwing catfish. Fuck yeah. And then this would be the other field that we need. Hooked barbels seek out prey in the twisting mangroves. A once sluggish fish has given haste upon crimson fins. I need to do a little wraparound. Let's do a little wraparound. I don't know if aberrant catfish would work for the bait. I don't think it counts. Oh, it does. Okay. Alright, we have the bait. Now we just need to put the bait in the traps. And, I mean, that should be it. Oh, shit. Fuck. Mine sucker carcass. This is giving me anxiety. I'm gonna take one horseshoe crab now. I'm gonna go sell these crabs, and then I'm gonna go take the other horseshoe crab because I think I need it for something. Okay, and this would be the closer one, I guess. Yeah, I should probably do this one, then head back to the camp to drop off the other two, because I don't think I'll have room for another one. You know what? We're doing this. We're being thorough about this. He said, I want them obliterated. Yes, this is one of the beasts. Progress at last. More to go, though. Oh, you have more. You drop the flesh onto the ground, and he gives it a few slashes with a knife. It wobbles a little. Another one taken care of. One remains by my count. Let's finish this. No. No, sir. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Alright, so these red mushrooms look like they only appear whenever I'm panicked. drop the large bloody carcass in front of the airman, his eyes filled with sadistic delight. He bends down and plunges his knife into the soft flesh. It falls away before the blade, revealing a glint of metal. With a sickening tear, he wrests it from where it was embedded in the flesh of the creature. He holds it aloft. You recognize it as a necklace glistening in gore. Well, fisherman, some fortune at last. This ought to fetch a decent price from the right collector. Here, why don't you take it? A large and ornate necklace. Ivory teardrops flank the central setting, an emerald trapped by 4 cresting waves. Alright. He stands back from the corpse. A melancholic look comes over his face. And now, well, that's that, I suppose. What will you do now? I can't say for sure. I thought I'd be asking you for an escort away from this place, but this has become somewhat of a home to me. It doesn't feel right to leave my brothers here. I think I'll stay here a while longer. In the meantime, I can make up some special bait for you. It ought to help with your fishing. Cool. So that's one more area we've kind of completed. You enter the house carrying the ornate necklace. The collector recognizes it almost immediately. An excellent find. It demands pride of place in my collection. He sweeps aside some scraps on a dusty table, candle wax pooling in its corners. He places the necklace carefully in the clearing. And I suppose you'll be demanding recompense as well. Once more he opens the book, dust pouring from the pages as he reads aloud. You begin to feel weak, but you're rooted to the spot. Needs on the verge of buckling. As he finishes speaking, you feel blood rushing back to your legs. A strange feeling of power grows in your chest. We're so close. One more remains. I loathe to suggest it, but the abyssal plane on the approach to the Devil's Spine is a likely candidate. See what you can find. I'll mark a location on your map where you can begin your search. Anything else? What's this spell do? This phrase instantly culls the closest shoal of fish, readying them for swift reaping. It can be heard from a great distance, so you need not be close to your victims. But the population is unlikely to recover from such a vile trauma. Use it sparingly. So, the atrophy spell will basically make it so we don't have to fish for fish. We can just go over a fishing hole, atrophy the fish, and they'll all be harvestable. But they will all be either rotting or aberrations, or they might be infected. It's good for completing the encyclopedia. It's not really great for actually, fishing. Damn it. I need more research. There is still stuff that we can do in Devil's Spine. We probably, or in Twisted Shram before we go to Devil's Spine. It's probably best to do that now before, or while it's... now that it's clear. Now that we've taken care of the mine suckers. I need that storm to not come for me. Shit! This is why you don't do a lot of traveling while you're fucking panicking. Ma'am? Now we got our trawl, we got newly refreshed crab pots, and most importantly, the mine suckers ain't here. That is a vortex interloper. A slow swirl twists its body, stretching it towards an unseen dimension. Sell these, and then I think we'll go around and just look for Dredge, because I really need Dredge right now. Like, I really need, like, wood and cloth, and while we're looking around here specifically, we can also look for the guy's crewmates. That's a research part, that's good. we're about to head into a volcanic area, and having some volcanic fishing line is gonna greatly behoove us. Okay, here's one of the dude's crewmate's dog tags. I think there were 3 pairs that we can find. No, not with the eyes and the shit. Okay, so we did this outer loop. We should probably go around here. Fuck! I need a bomb. Catch fish, don't panic. Alright, enjoy your lurk. I think this is actually pretty close to where I'm gonna call it. Because really all, like with this versatile rod and this fathomless winch, we're pretty set for starting the next area. And I think that, you know, that would be a good place to really start next time, because I'm getting sleepy. But thank you all for sticking around. This is fun. I'm hoping to do this again next week. But we will see how it goes. But until then, thank you all so much for sticking around. I've had fun dredging up shit from the deep and having a cool, spooky Eldritch time. That's really just a chill fishing simulator. Because that's fun. But yeah, I will see y'all later. Y'all have a good one.